Propaganda asks no moral questions, no mima. Faure Gnassingbé is the superstar of this early year 2023. We only talk about him. He pleased all the other members of the ECOWA Union of Heads of State. His diplomatic activism in the Ivorian-Malian crisis has borne fruit. The 49 Ivorian mercenary soldiers arrested in July in Bamako, Mali and sentenced at the end of December 2022 to 20 years of criminal imprisonment for assassination and conspiracy against the government, violation of the external security of the state, detention, carrying and transport of weapons and war ammunition, have obtained presidential pardon and were released. They left Bamako on Saturday for a stopover in Lomé before returning to Abidjan. In Lomé, the media do not praise the place of the Togolese head of state, mediator in this crisis, on whom they poured a torrent of flowers and admiration. The information website of the presidential party is almost in ecstasy, yawning laurels the front of the master of the scenes. He was the most expansive, but also the most entrepreneurial in the crisis between Côte d'Ivoire and Mali regarding the 49 Ivorian soldiers. This presidential grace is the sign of both the triumph and the dynamism of Togolese diplomacy led by the distinguished militant Faure Gnassingbé. Let's get excited. Faure Gnassingbé looks like he's the president of a country other than Togo. He has always prioritized providing urgent solutions to other people's concerns rather than dealing with the daily difficulties his own citizens face. For their welfare he cares like a wink. Lack of legitimacy in his country. Faure Gnassingbé prefers to turn outside and run like his shadow after international recognition. That's why it's always by highs and lows to play the facilitation in other countries. Between incessant back and forth, endless negotiations and countless twists and turns, the President of the Republic has played his appreciated leadership, gained offices and credibility with the Malian and Ivorian authorities as well as other heads of state in the sub-region. The President of the country is congratulated in the middle of the region. The paradoxical thing is that while Faure Gnassingbé is struggling to release the 49 Ivorian soldiers arrested and sentenced in Mali, he has also asked several heads of state to intervene with Patrice Talon on behalf of his former advisor, Rokhaya Madougou, who is also accused of terrorism. He holds his own hostages in Togo prison. For 14 years, his younger brother Faure Gnassingbé, and his unfortunate companions, arrested in 2009 in the disgraceful case of attempting to secure state security, are crumbling in the prison of the dictatorship. Despite their health condition is worrying, despite the rulings of the ECOWA Court of Justice and the United Nations Arbitrary Detention Task Force requesting their release, they are still being held in prison. In addition, the incessant calls for their release, the presidential pardon requests formulated by Faure Gnassingbé himself and his attorneys, the interventions of African heads of state, religious leaders and various other figures, the mediation of senior dignitaries of Paya, the home village of the head of state, etc. are left in vain. These are added by innocent politicians, 100 officials and activists of political parties who have been in prison for several months. Yet Faure Gnassingbé is the initiator of a reconciliation process designed to promote forgiveness and strengthen national reconciliation. Fucking Amity Freedom Togo.